We find ourselves back again. What are we looking at this week?
Today, Dan, we are looking at something from SSL. We are looking at the Blitzer.
Well, you can take us through it, and then I'll ask you, is it... New intro. Going well, I think.
Well, we were going to run out of song lyrics eventually.
Yeah.
And
Well, you say that.
Well, maybe not. But people were like, do you know what? I get really excited because I saw your title and I want to find out about your plugin, and then you talk absolute bollocks.
Bollocks, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're still going to talk bollocks.
Yes, we do still talk.
That is kind of our forte.
Yeah, so come on, we're looking at the what? The SSL Blitzer.
It's the SSL Blitzer.
Isn't that the name of one of Santa's reindeers?
Blitzen? Yeah, could have been.
Blitzer.
I'm not really up on the reindeers.
No.
Right.
Don't call me dear.
Don't call me. I'm not really up on my reindeer. So yeah, SSL, I don't know when this came out. I noticed it on their, what's it called, the SSL plugin
website?
No, they have like all plugin companies these days. There's like a bit of software you have to run to install their plugins, and it tells you when your plugins need updating and all that kind of stuff. So I saw it on there, and I'm like, oh, let's have a look. So basically, it's a combination of, just like every other plugin in the world. It's a compressor, it's a saturator, it's a limiter. It also does transient shaping, and it has some harmonic drive.
Wonderful stuff.
It's right
SSL
up
aren't
your
known
street.
for their harmonic drive, are they, particularly?
Not
Very
massively.
Yeah.
Relatively clean sound, although, as I've been telling people for as long as they can be bothered to listen to me, an SSL comes alive when you really push it and you do saturate it. That's when it starts to sound really cool, but people get scared to do that. So it has a combination of VCA, tube and opto circuitry within this modelled plugin, and very basically, let's just get straight into it. If you look at it from the beginning, you have your input. There's an auto gain setting which will balance in to out. There's an output over there, and then there's a mix control which is on a digital readout, which is fine as long as it works. Your drive control there's like LED dots around the outside, quite interesting way of doing things. It sort of acts as an input meter into the drive. You've then got your ratio settings again with your LED dots, your 20:1, like pretty hard limiting at the end. You've then got your transient control, which is a little bit like any transient designery type plugin. The more you dial it up, the more the hard transients are going to be sort of like accentuated. You've got your attack and release. If you're working with a drum track, you're going to want a slower attack and a faster release. If you're mastering, you want, sort of medium attack, slow release. Same as any other compressor. You've got a blitz button, which is boom. That's basically like, let's squash the shit out of it. Quite like that. In the detection side chain down the bottom, you've got a high pass, you've got a frequency, a Q and a gain, so you can really focus in on the frequency you want this to concentrate on, which I like. There's a listen button for that, which lets you hear what you're focusing on.
I'm really sorry. But
You're dying.
Yeah, I am a little bit.
You'll live.
I know, getting a cough to go with a headache.
Oh, that's just what you don't want. There's an HQ button down the bottom. That is basically their oversampling, high quality version. It's kind of everything you hate in a plugin, isn't it?
Well, no, not really. I just think the market is a bit saturated.
The market is.
I must have made that joke before.
Many times.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing is, what I like about SSL, is that the plugins for a time were quite uniform, as in the the
they
the
stuck
green,
to
the
their
red,
look.
And it just not that they shouldn't. This is only personal opinion, but it just doesn't look like an SSL plugin.
I mean, to me, it's sort of splitting the difference. It's got SSL style knobs, and it's kind of got the same background. I see what you mean. No, they've gone off piece with the rest of it.
I think I'd like it, and I think I'd use it a few times. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Well, I tried it a lot, and do you know what? I kind of really like it. Annoyingly, that transient control does turn this into a bit of a beast, because what you can do, and again, I think I've left this set on the settings I was using it on. I found a way to put this on the master and get just enough drive and compression that it was starting to really make the track come alive. But then at that point where you're compressing it to the point where it's losing its the transients are going, but you've got the squash and the saturation that's really making it exciting, you think, if only I hadn't killed those transients. And you go, well, I'll put them back. And it sounds awesome.
So you use it it's on your master bus?
I mean, I think I was using it on a drum bus mainly. I think that's what these settings are.
Yeah.
But it works on the master bus really well. I think it's got a very nice sound. I found it quite similar to the PSP Saturator.
Yeah. Okay.
With the addition of the transient control, I actually really, really like it. Yeah, it's weird.
Has it made it into your favourites folder?
Not yet, no. But I haven't sort of used it in anger. I've tested it a lot. But yeah, there'll come a point where I'll use it on something, and either it'll really, really work or it won't. And I'm never sure until that point. Yeah. You know, because I always end up going to my favourite plugins and setting them the way I've always set them.
And what's the demo sitch with
the demo
SSL?
sitch with SSL? It's a full 14 days.
Wicked.
The issue I've got with it is the price. It's not mental, but it's $119. And if this was like $49,
yeah, all day,
I wouldn't have hesitated. Any plugin that I tested that is kind of under 50 that I like, I tend to just, I'll have it, because you know that'll get used. Yeah. But when it's 119, I'm like, that's a bit.
That is quite a lot.
That's just a bit too much for me to buy on impulse. Yeah, it's too much for an impulse buy. But SSL do a lot of offers, and obviously if you do the SSL subscription thing, then you've already got it. So but I like it. So
sorry, you're prompting me, aren't you?
Yes.
Sean, is the SSL Butler
Blitzer
SSL Blitzer shit?
No, I think it's good. I think the price, if it was half what it costs, I think they'd sell a lot more. I don't think they're bothered anymore. I think they want to get people to sign up to the subscription.
Again, the subscription things. I mean, we haven't had we don't argue about it. We both agree, but we haven't spoken about that in a while, have we? People going for these subscription models. But,
no, bugs me, but I get it. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
I haven't made any music for ages, and my Splice subscription and all of the other various, putting music out. I can't even remember what aggregator I use now, but
how many Splice credits have you got?
Oh, thousands.
Yeah, same. Every time I open it up, it's like 3,000 on credit. I'm never going to use them.
No, never going to use them.
I mean, I do use them, but they give me more than I can use.
Yeah, same.
And it's like I don't use loads of Splice.
No, and
I very rarely use it on anything I'm putting out.
It became very unfashionable very quickly, didn't it?
I think there was a lot of people putting out tunes that charted that were using big Splice samples, which then triggered copyright claims from people that had used them legitimately.
Yeah, but then you see that it's the same as sample CDs back in the day. People used to use sample CDs all the time.
Yeah, but people weren't quite so busy suing each other back then. No. We didn't have the online problem of like YouTube and just basically saying, oh no, this is that. And that is owned by this label, therefore you've stolen it.
Where there's a hit, there's a rip.
Yeah, but that can easily happen now, where something you have created, yes, you've used the sample, you get a copyright strike when you've paid to use that sample.
Yeah.
The good thing about Splice is that you can download, the what do you call it? The contract basically for every single sample. You can just double click or whatever it is, open it up, download the paperwork, send it to whoever's trying to claim against you. But what can you do? I don't know what the answer is to that.
No.
Other than don't use samples.
Anyway, it will just be all AI. You just write me a track that sounds like DeLacy, or
I mean, where are we going to go with that?
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it.
No. Okay. So please like the video.
That'd be cool if you could do that. Maybe subscribe to the channel and become a channel member.
Yes, do that. We've got an Instagram, Studio Life 101.
We do. We also have a top 5. Our plugin top 5 is going to be up there somewhere, and there's a load of links down there.
Go and have a look at the website.
There's some courses and loads of other stuff. Have a look, and we will see you next time.
Adios, amigos.
See you later.